Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. Today we discuss the FP Journe Linesport Chronographe Monopussoir Rattrapante as it was made from 2018 to 2020 with the evocative color contrasting rubber bumpers on bracelet and case. The watch in 6N red gold absolutely pops. It's 44 millimeters in diameter. Turn it on its side. It's only 12.3 millimeters thick. From lug to lug, if we're just measuring the case, the distance across the wrist is 51.9 millimeters, but you're going to wear this watch on the bracelet, so we may as well measure end link to end link. And 54.1 is the total rigid distance across the wrist. We'll throw this watch on my wrist now. My wrist is 16 centimeters circumference. And the shape of the case, the arc of the lugs, and the thin profile make it a better fit on my 16 centimeter wrist than I would expect a 44 millimeter watch to have. It's actually quite nicely balanced and comfortable. It sits low enough to fit under a cuff, and I could easily recommend this for a wrist my size or larger in terms of fit. Here's your over the top. This is a heavy watch. There's a lot of metal going on here. We've got a precious metal dial. It's made of sterling silver. It's galvanized this sort of anthracite color, and then we've got the gold case, the gold movement, full bracelet, full clasp. I think this calls for Sammy the scale. Let's see what Sammy has to say. If you're wondering the mass of this massive class, let's take a look. There you go, 185.6. It's quite hefty. Now we're going to throw the watch up against the camera and get a better look at these rubber elements. The rubber elements were originally introduced back on the first Linesport models, the 42 millimeter aluminum models back in 2011. And right up until the beginning of 2020, they were featured on the succeeding titanium and then later 44 millimeter titanium and precious metal models. They have done a good job of preserving finish over the years on these watches, as well as offering a bit of a color contrast. In terms of preserving finish, they really work. You could see that this is a pretty intact frosted bracelet, and this chiseled texture all around the watch has been well kept. I like them as a color contrast as well, but the people have spoken, and just as the 38 millimeter and brass movement Journe watches were more collectible the minute they disappeared from production, so it has been with these rubber bumpers. Now everyone loves them. Back then they didn't, which is why the current models don't have them. You can see that it's an integration of bracelet and case, and then we've got removable links on both sides fixed in place by screws. You can see those there. We've got a double folding clasp, and you can see ceramic spring-loaded pin snaps there, so the tolerance will always remain tight and snappy as the gold cannot wear down the ceramic with time. Taking a quick look at the inside of the clasp, you may be surprised to realize that there's actually a pull-out tool-free micro adjustment in here that offers you a full, I would say, 2 to 5 millimeters of extension, so you can fine-tune the fit using that snap-in, snap-out adjustment. Not well advertised by Journe, but it's always been there. Taking a look in profile, we have a combination of that chiseled finish as well as polish, a few rubber accents, including the accent of the gaskets for the case, and that's a deliberately visible styling element. Some vintage-inspired long rectangular pushers, Journe's distinctive knurled and double-dimpled crown. We've got a ceramic insert forming the tachymetric scale on the bezel. Now, this is the Chronographe Monopussoir Rattrapante. It is a split-second monopusher. So a split second, of course, features the ability to split 2 concurrent times. And in fact, you can do that. You can gauge the waxing or waning gap between runners around a track or race cars around a course. There is just one thing to keep in mind. This is not the reset trigger. This is the second. So like a mono pusher, it starts, stops, and resets using the single trigger up at the top. I've got this beautiful media blasted bezel framing your running seconds and chronograph minutes. You can see polished screws, dial side assembly screws, a longtime Journe styling element. We've got that multiply cut galvanized anthracite base. We've got 5N rose gold hands and applique numerals. The case is actually 6N, and you can see a matte finish throughout. We have the 2 coaxial seconds hands, and then we have a big date, as they're called, or a grande date. The grande date is grande, but it is also a quickset. Some will say that the absence of a date on the Chronographe made it less practical. And that's definitely the case, but if we go back to the original octachronograph, that was the last time Journe's chronographs had a date, and Journe uses a delightfully Journe typeface for those numerals. It winds in the first position, manual wind, 80-hour power reserve. We've got a big movement out back, well over 33 millimeters. You can see it's made of solid gold. This is a caliber with 29 joules, a 3 hertz beat rate, a free-sprung balance of large mass. We have a double column wheel set up for the split-second function, as well as an oscillating pinion clutch, which makes for very, very, very minimal jump and stagger. An oscillating pinion is a type of lateral clutch that has extremely little play. As a result, it's usually as smooth as a vertical clutch when it engages. And you can see that action right here, basically seamless, no jump or gallop when you start that type of a lateral clutch. Otherwise, you can see that it's a nicely decorated movement. We have the silver elements all in steel. They're satinated on their tops, beveled on their sides. We have circular Côte de Genève, engine turning, polished screw heads, satinated wheels, and beveling on Journe watches continues to get better with every generation. It's now mirrored and luxurious. The watch is 30 meters water resistant, so you don't want to swim with it, but in every other regard, it's a durable, everyday, real-world usable watch that happens to have a lot of fun features built in, and the kind of unmistakable design character inherent in Journe watches. So reach out to Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.